All right. Clock starts. So what do you think?
Great.
8 rack versus Grixis Delver. What's your reaction?
Well, my connection to 8-Rack is I did actually play it at Modern for a little bit,
Oh yeah.
and I think I would like to give the advantage a little bit to 8-Rack because I do think Grixis Delver relies on having a lot of cards in hand. And I think the discard is going to be really impactful against, like, yeah, against a deck that has, like, this even feel to me, this feels, oh, I thought he was forcing the Inquisition. But even if you end up as the 8-Rack player seeing them force your Inquisition, that feels like a win because it's already 2 cards out of their hand.
Yeah. Um, Greg going for Pyromancer. Pyromancer is pretty good against Pox if it sticks.
Yeah.
Um, you just keep making stuff to sacrifice. And, I announced that this deck was Pox before we took the break, and Greg corrected me. It's 8 rack. These are under the same umbrella of decks. I'm very sorry. Latassa, thanks for the follow.
Does
Would you agree?
okay. Yeah, no, this is definitely under the same umbrella, 100%. In Legacy, what's the key card we're missing that would make it be considered a Pox deck?
Um, well, I
Totally
don't think the
blanking.
Legacy Pox decks usually do the Shrieking Affliction thing.
No,
I'm not
I
sure,
would
though.
agree.
And I don't think Bloodgas is usually in there. I might be
Right.
wrong. I think
I
that's
mean,
like a modern
goodness,
deck.
does this kind of look like a modern deck, except for you have him to Turok. And here we go. Chains of Mephistopheles.
Chains of
Can't,
Mephistopheles.
isn't
I
it
purposely
Leaf?
said that wrong.
Okay. I was like, oh no. And Wasteland. Okay, and Wasteland. All right.
You know what we should do? Every time
Mm.
we pronounce that card, just pronounce it a different way. Just
That's what
purpose.
my husband did in D&D. He picked a character name that was deliberately hard because he just wanted to, and now he says it differently every single time
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
mess with people.
That's what you have to do.
All
All
right,
right, here's
turn
him.
one, I okay, and to turn two, him to Turok feels like exactly what you want. Because in Modern, at least, 8-Rack wants to get to 3 lands and be done. We want to land the Lily, and that's it.
I dig it. Uh, what is
Boston
this
Heaven,
in
I
chat?
think.
Somebody's sharing a deck. I don't know. I'm not going to click on it right now.
Mm.
Sorry, chat. Yes, Hypnotic
Comical Flop.
Specters. I wish we saw those. What were you saying?
Oh, just Comical Flop is working on a brew. Good luck on
Oh,
that brew. Hypnotic Specters, yeah. So Force of Negation.
um,
Oh no, I'm just a little behind. He let
oh,
it
they.
resolve.
Oh, okay. For a
Looks
second, I thought
like.
they were out of sync.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pyromancer's down. That's pretty good news for Boston.
Yeah. What are you feeling on these basics? Anna, I
Basics.
should I should clarify on Greg's side.
Oh, they're great. Unglued.
Yeah,
I like it. Those are the
me too.
90s full arts. The
Exactly.
90s full arts. On theme here. Everybody's talking about pre-modern in chat. Very nice.
Yeah.
I think we inspired a whole new generation. Oh, Wasteland.
Wow. Inquisition, Fatal Push, Wasteland absolutely took away Boston's board
Yep.
and hand.
Yep. Things are looking bad for Boston right now. 2 cards in hand for Greg, though. So, I played against Greg quite a bit on this deck,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing as various things. But I think you were right. The blue X, any kind of deck, has a tough time with all the land and hand denial. It can
Yeah, what do you
suck to
think
play against this deck. What's that?
what do you think Legacy 8-Rack struggles against?
Stuff like Reanimator, Sneak and Show, all that stuff that's like lightning fast and really
Okay.
powerful.
Sure.
Um, I'm sure they have some
Ooh.
game with sideboarding and whatnot, but
Mhm.
I think that's where they struggle.
I love the Winter Mishra's Factory. I mean, so does everyone else because I believe that's the most expensive of them.
I honestly have no
I could
idea,
be
but
wrong.
probably. Flip Delver. That's one thing. Boston's had trouble flipping Delvers tonight.
I know, and I still couldn't win.
Well, uh, I remember Greg. Well, he still talks about it, but Greg always at our locals. Greg always says, "I can beat like half of you every time, and half of you I always lose to because it was like the blue players, and then like the people that are playing nutty combos." And yeah, it's just funny. Like a deck
Yeah.
like Greg's is just very hot and cold,
It
and
doesn't have any 50-50 matchups.
it
It's
doesn't seem to. I'm sure it
70-30.
does,
That's
but
it.
it's very like it runs hot or it runs cold,
This
which is what
Thoughtseize
people
is
like.
on the stack.
Oh yeah, Thoughtseizes.
Is he trying to tempt Boston with the fatal push on the blood gas, perhaps?
Um, well, I think that's exactly what's going to
Mm-hmm.
happen here. Yep,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay, so trying to get some damage in. Greg's at 11.
Slam Dreadhorde Arcanist is what Boston said. Not play, slam it. I think
Slam it.
so. It's
Yeah,
pretty good here.
yeah,
It's pretty
I
good all
agree.
the time, but it's particularly good here.
Yep. Bloodgas has some key text. Can't block.
Hmm.
Not very good. I don't know what chat is talking about right now.
I'm sorry, I don't either.
What is happening out there, everybody? Is everybody
We've got
okay?
like a TV show that I think, because they said 4 seasons. Oh, 4 seasons, maybe referring to the Mishra's factory.
Oh. Chat's talking about pre-modern. Chat is just having their own party right now.
Yeah, you guys, you do you guys,
Yeah,
you do
you do
you.
you. um. Oh, okay. Delver Tech. Well, things suddenly looking really good for Boston because it looks like Greg has no cards in hand.
Yeah.
Whenever I
Now,
post a, yeah, go ahead.
mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as an 8 rack player, I know this feeling. Like you get out, you do the hand disruption thing,
Mm,
you like feel really good, and then you stall a little bit,
run out of
you
gas.
know. But we'll see. What were you saying about posting?
What was I saying? Oh, I was just gonna say whenever I post a Pox mono black video on our YouTube channel, it gets like so many views and comments and stuff.
Yeah,
People just this. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Pox just has like a cult following. There's just like a bunch of people that just
absolutely.
wander around the internet doing all the Pox stuff,
Hmm.
watching all the Pox stuff.
Is that when the modern border happened? Maybe is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, so the modern border started in about 2003 or 4, I think.
Okay.
I was in high school, so yeah, something like
How
that.
did you feel about that when it happened?
Um, so Wizards at that time, this is a history lesson for
Hmm.
everybody. At that
Okay.
time, I thought they did a good job hyping it up, and I was all for it. At that time
It's a big
because
change.
they, um, I'm trying to remember all the things they did, but they talked about putting cards from throughout Magic's history. So 8th edition, which was the first set with the new thing, the new
Hmm.
card face. Shrieking Affliction on the board for Greg, in case anybody's not familiar with that card.
Yeah.
They included cards from Magic's history, all with the new border and stuff. So they previewed, I think it was like Blood Moon and Necrotal and a couple of other cards that were like
Oh,
my personal
okay.
favorites with the new borders. And teenage Chris was like, mind is blown. This is the coolest thing. And then they previewed Mirrodin with the robot creatures and all the stuff. They had never done this
Yeah.
before. And I was like, more. Magic is taking off, folks. That's it. All my friends are going to want to play with me.
Yeah.
That part didn't happen, but
No. Okay, cool.
yeah. So
My
But
favorite Hymn to Turok art featured now. That would be the one I would pick.
I like the wolf. I like the wolf.
You like the wolf? Okay.
Yeah. But you're allowed to like that one.
Okay, for sure. I just love how many there are of Hymn to Turok. It's got to be one of the. I
I
think
think
we've
there's
talked about this before.
I think there's four just in Fallen Empires.
Yeah, but it's got to
Uh,
have one of the most art options for a card. Famous last words. I'm probably totally wrong, but yeah.
most art options with least printings or something like that.
Right.
Some weird stat. I would be a lone wolf T-shirt him guy. What?
Okay. It does kind of look like the shirts that we used to wear, or people, I imagine, used to wear in the 90s. That, like, do you know that shirt that Dwight wears in the office where it's the wolf howling at the moon? Are
Oh,
you like a
kind
huge
of.
Office fan? He's like, it's
I am a huge
suggestive,
Office fan. Yeah.
but it's like that art, the wolf art, totally.
Okay.
All right, him got two lands, Scalding Tarn and Flooded Strand.
Yep. That could be bad news for Boston. He's got another land, so Boston drew all of his lands this game. That's good.
Wasteland the Urborg. Wow.
Hmm. Well, now Boston no longer has black. I don't know if that matters, but
Yeah. There was a very brief moment where I played Urborg in my Eldrazi deck so that I could cast, which obviously it sounds ridiculous now, so I could cast Dismember without taking any damage.
oh, that makes sense. I've seen people do that. Yeah, this deck isn't even running Pox. I assume that was a joke. I don't know. Does Boston
I
live
don't
in
know either.
Boston? Boston does not live in Boston. He lives somewhere else. I will not reveal any more information.
Hmm.
Boston does not live in the United States of America. This is an
This
international
is true.
match. International, folks. Very exciting.
IOK hitting Brainstorm, Preordain, Brazen Borrower, Force of Will, and Polluted Delta.
What do you take here? Brazen Borrower?
Well, you cannot take a force, so I think I'm taking Brainstorm because the Brainstorm is more powerful since he has a fetch.
No. Yeah, I guess.
I was going for the Brazen Borrower. Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't even know what you do if you're Boston right now. Well, obviously you're going fetch some kind of cantrip, but I guess
Yeah.
you want to go with Preordain here. I
Would you be tempted?
don't
Does he
know.
even run basics? Does he even get that option?
Don't think he has basics. No,
I
no
do not see
basics.
any.
No,
And
no
most
basics.
don't.
Yeah, most Grixis don't. They're soft on the land hate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Underground Sea, Preordain, I think.
I think I do Preordain
Or would you
here
go for the
because
Brainstorm?
I would be worried about Brainstorm locking myself.
Unless you drew something that you really wanted to keep and you needed to protect it with Brainstorm.
Yeah, I think I'm preordaining and holding up Brainstorm for Pitch to Force.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming I can't get another blue card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he did just that, so Boston agrees. Shrieking Affliction have yet to do any damage.
I know. That's the one that doesn't trigger, that triggers like opposite of small or the wreck. To me, I always think of it as the opposite. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, it basically only has like the full rack setting. Like
Right.
you no cards in hand, so you take three, but no other
One or
like
fewer.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the number doesn't
And then the
change.
rack is -3, so to
Yeah,
speak,
yeah,
or 3
exactly.
minus.
Three
Double
minus
shooting
your hand.
affliction.
The rack.
On
That
stack.
Does anybody remember Megrim? Megrim. That was an old favorite of mine in my discard decks as a kid.
Yeah.
Does anybody
No.
remember this card? Do you know this card?
What set do you think it's from? No. I'm a
It's from.
zoomer, like I said.
I thought maybe you saw it in Commander or something, but I don't. I actually don't know if people
Oh,
play it in
thank you.
Commander. Whenever an opponent discards a
200
card, 2
black.
damage.
Oh, nice.
I
200 black
love
is a
that.
little steep, but that is a great card. Urza. Nice.
Yeah, I used to Dark Ritual Megrim on turn 1. Turn 2 him.
Nice. This is awesome.
Turn 3 Hypnotic Spectre.
hmm
That's the curve, folks.
I think the Shrieking Affliction is still on the stack and that Boston is going for a brainstorm,
Cool.
I think.
I'm relying on you to follow the game. I'm all over the place.
I'm fine. Got a land go. Ooh. Draw go on Greg's side.
Things not coming together for Pox.
Mm-mm. It could be because you mean he's stuck at one land.
True. I mean, even a small Pox here, it doesn't look that great at the moment. Boston still has the
No.
force, right?
Yes, but a brainstorm happened, so we don't truly know.
Right, right, right. But we're
But
assuming
yeah.
we're assuming he didn't throw that away.
Yeah.
We're just gonna assume that.
Oh, here we go. Painful truths.
Painful truths. Um,
So that card doesn't get played that often. Painful truths is a sorcery. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of colors spent. So it's kind of like Starburst, Sunburst.
yeah. Converge is the ability, but yeah, it's
Oh,
similar
okay.
to Sunburst in that it counts how many colors you paid.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, another Urza's or Mishra.
ooh,
Chains.
what
Oh,
card is that?
I got the flow chart ready to go for
Uh
chains
oh.
of Mephistopheles. Just so you guys know, I'm ready.
Chains of Mestaphophilus. All right, it's getting forced though, so you can put your chart away.
Oh, okay. Darn. I did put it in chat.
Oh, nice. I should probably just download that chart.
Yeah, I'm not ever gonna memorize it though. I'm gonna have to use it. Is it your? Oh man.
That card is just the worst.
It's like I feel like because technically, what is that horsemanship deck that is not technically banned but is soft banned throughout Legacy because it doesn't ever really forward the board state. Do
Which
you know what
deck?
deck I'm talking about?
No, I don't
Uh-oh.
actually.
So I'm talking about something that I don't fully understand. All right, Google, save me here. There's a deck that people courtesy don't play because it doesn't really forward the board state because it's a
Oh,
combo that
Four
you have to completely
Horsemen.
go through.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What's that deck again? I completely forgot. Four
I'm working.
Horsemen MTG. Let's see, Google. Pseudo banned in Magic the Gathering.
Exactly.
Which deck is this? I always forget. Oh, okay. Mesmeric Orb, Basalt Monolith, and Emrakul, Aeon's Torn.
And it's not
Yeah,
deterministic, so you have to go through it.
yeah. Well, I know what I'm playing on the next stream, and we've decided.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Are you
inspiration.
playing on Wednesday?
No, I'm not. I could
Yeah.
if I want, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, this one definitely not legal. Currently has Jataxium Probe in the list, but you get the idea.
Force of Phil, Leon, Phil and Win. I want all 3 of you to play Four Horsemen on Wednesday.
Oh my god. Well, you have the clock now, so at least the games won't go forever. Another hymn art.
That's the one. Is that
Clearly,
the wolf?
that's the one. Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
wolf.
wolf. Yep. Um, Jerry, me, and Pat Uglo are going to be very upset after Wednesday night stream if we all play this deck.
Yeah.
The worst experience of their lives.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to battle NYC Eternal? You got to play 3 rounds
The
of
four horsemen.
miserable magic.
Yes.
Why do I hate my stream?
Oh man. But
Uh,
my point was, I feel like Chains of Mephistopheles is one of those cards that's so complex that maybe we just should agree not to play it anymore. I don't know. It's not really that bad. It does need a flow chart
it does. It does.
though. Force of Phil, no, he's gonna play 16 horsemen.
I don't even know what that means.
No, but more. I did go through a moment where I was like, horsemanship is so good. Why don't we play it more? And I like did a deep dive on horsemanship cards and tried to figure out which ones would be playable in Legacy. And
They're all
I don't
awful.
play. No,
Yeah.
they're bad.
I do
Except
have
for
in
the
my
board wipe.
cube. In my
Mm-hmm.
cube, I have one horsemanship creature, Lucian
Mm-hmm.
something. I don't know. Most annoying card in my cube because it
Right.
just can't be blocked. And whenever it hits a player, you draw a card. It's just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great for that reason, you know. Um, Lots of creatures coming down. Things looking very bad for Greg.
Oh
Somebody sound the
yeah.
alarm.
Young Pyro.
Yeah, this is not what Greg wants to see.
Mm-mm. Now is horsemanship on that one of the evergreens that they've promised they're not bringing back ever? Do you know?
I believe so. I think it was only in one
I
set.
imagine so.
Yeah, one set that was
But
in
I do
packs
have
anyway.
Rolling Earthquake in my cube. Rolling Earthquake, which is deals
Oh,
X damage to each creature without horsemanship and each player.
yeah, I have that one in my cube too. I forgot about that one.
Mhm.
The horsemanship part almost never matters though, because there's no horsemanship creatures except for Lucian.
It's a great combo.
Yeah,
You know it's bad when your opponent's graveyard takes an L. I've done that before. It happens, but we've got Mystic Sanctuary happening. Greg's in a tough spot.
yeah, it's looking bad. Greg's kind of like a Mortal Kombat. Finish him right now. Uh, did you play any events over the weekend?
Life. I did play, I don't think it was this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, I played the Nerd Rage 1K online tournament,
Legacy?
and I played Eldrazi. Because it's open decklist, it's really hard to talk myself into playing Blackwood Reanimator. Oh, there's the scoop.
All right, there's the scoop.
Um, there were some good moments. I threw away a few things, kind of like my first round here. So, but
I
overall, it
feel
was
you.
fun. And that's all you really want. It was a $15 tournament, like you just want to have a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah.